Alright, we're here in the, how do you pronounce the fish market here? Tsukiji fish market, for the world's largest fish market here, and there's every imaginable fish, and that even unimaginable fish here. We've got everything from shellfish to crabs, and we've got the world's most expensive tuna, and this place is massive, I have to say. It doesn't smell like fish, which is the amazing thing. It smells so clean and so fresh, but you certainly have to watch out because behind you there's guys coming from every angle with these, I don't know what you call them, but these little fast trends. So let's check out the rest of it and see what else we can find and discover in this amazing fish market. That would be good. Good for making a nice soup or good little spaghetti. Yeah. That was the amazing fish market, world's largest, and we didn't get to actually see any fresh tunas with their heads chopped off, but at the very end there we did get to some big frozen chunks. I have to say that I'm beyond impressed for the sheer amount of fish that they have in this market, and there's no smell. It's so pristine and so clean. Give you a new perspective on what the world's oceans holds right here in this market. We're in Akihabara. Akihabara.
We're at
Akihabara? Okay, what is it?
And it's like a store where they sell electronics. And we're at the place where they sell toys and games.
It's the world's biggest toy store.
Yeah.
It looks like it. But they got all kinds of stuff in here. And we're well, we just had a really odd experience there at the Maid cafes, these famous Maid cafes all over Japan. They actually now have one in the United States in New York, and they wouldn't let us film, but I did manage to sneak in a little bit of video. Not much going on there. What's it all about is the question. What are Maid cafes about? You walk in there, you have this experience where you buy a drink, a dessert, or a meal, and you're a master, or you're treated like a master. And I'm not really sure what that means or what not, but they're cute little girls dressed in these maid outfits. And then after that, you get a picture taken with them with these weird things on your head. Anyways, that's about it. So we're off next to the next stop. Let's go. We're in Asakusa, and we're just walking around visiting some of the temples, not shrines. And this is I don't know where it came from, but some history. If you touch the part of your body that hurt, would touch where it hurts. So if my shoulder hurts, I would touch this part, and it would give me healing. And also, I have some problem with that. Okay. Okay. We're here right outside the temple, and we come to this area where we put 100 yen in here. And while we pray for our wish, or pray for a wish, we'll shake this box. With my stick. And once I have my stick, you match what's on here to find your fortune. If we have a good fortune, then we take it home with us. If we have a bad fortune, well, we're gonna have to leave it here. As you see behind us. Yeah. And now I've discovered my fortune. I'm gonna need some help over here. No. This. No. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So medium fortune. Medium. The moon is shining clearly in the sky without little cloud. Fog and mist covers the moon, hiding our sight until now. Rather than think over the others may leave you. They'll always want everyone to be. Peace, misfortune, and sadness will come you against your desire. Your request will not be granted. The patient will not recover soon. A lost article is very hard to find. The person you wait for will not come. Building a new house and removal are not well always. Stop starting a trip. Marriage and employment should be stopped. I have no idea what that means. So medium fortune. I'm going to put this away and put my stick away. So. Here below is an incredible, absolutely mind-blowing food market that carries the largest variety of food I've ever seen, and in the display that would win awards at any Michelin star restaurant if they were going to display food like this. But here's what takes the cake. A melon that costs $100 each, and a cherries that cost about $90. Come check it out. 10,800 yen is the equivalent to $90. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 5. There's 8 times 5, which is 40 cherries for $90. And there's a melon here. 25,120 yen. Now that is the cherry top of the cake. Alright guys, we're in the Shinjuku neighborhood. It's our last couple days here in Tokyo. So we're looking for like the wildest part of Tokyo, the part of Tokyo that you see in the movies. Well, here it is. Down this street, there's everything you could possibly desire. whatever you're looking for, clothing, massage parlors, bars, clubs, legal and illegal activities. This is the district to come to. So it's wild with lots of young people, lots of craziness out here. And if you come to Tokyo, you've got to visit this area. Then it will give you the perspective of how chaotic Tokyo really is. So we're hugely different from one part of town to this part of town. But this is going to leave me like, I've never been in a city so intense as this. This is a city that kids dream about. Going to a place where it's just wild. This is it. So, welcome to Tokyo, the wild city. First experience taking the Shinkansen, which is the bullet trains of Japan. They've been around since 1960s actually. If you look at the front of these trains, they're really futuristic looking. And you think, wow, it's almost 40-something years they've been around. So the technology used to be the fastest in the world, but not anymore. I think maybe France are faster, maybe even Italy, they're just as fast. But really simple. It was extremely simple. I came about 40 minutes in advance. And all we had to look for is we use these passes. The JRL pass lets us get in. And then we reserved seats based on the tickets. And you see, Odawara. So, Odawara. So where we're going to is Hakone, which is near Mount Fuji. We're gonna get on this train, get there in 45 minutes, get off of it, take another form of transportation, whether subway or a taxi, to get to our hotel near Mount Fuji. So let's see what this experience is like on one of the world's fastest trains. Where do we start? We left Tokyo this morning to come to the area of Mount Fuji called Hakone. And from here we've taken a bullet train and then exchanged to another small like metro train. And then we took a taxi, and then we walked, and then we took another rail that went up the mountain to multiple buses, and nobody speaks English anywhere. As you can see, nothing is in English at all. And we're really struggling to figure out where the hell we are at. On the map, we're supposed to go visit and have like a view of Mount Fuji. And behind you, you can see this beautiful greenery. And I still don't know where we're at. So we're in the middle of a really kind of quiet town in Mount Fuji area. Everyone's like, it's like we're aliens, which I can understand, because not often do you get people coming here. There's no tourists. I don't know where the rest of the tourists are. That's why I'm kind of confused. So, we'll see what's happening. We're going to figure it out. Well, we are officially lost in translation. Can't read anything. Google Translation doesn't work because the internet connection is extremely slow, so it's not working for us. T-Mobile suck. Okay? So we've decided to ration out our water supply here, because we might not make it back. Wait, here's a bus, sorry.
We took a boat on lake to go view Mount Fuji. We were barely able to see it because there was too many clouds, but if you look quite in the background there, you can see a little bit of Mount Fuji. It was absolutely stellar to see, and we wish we would have seen a little more, but the majority of the park was closed. We had a great ride on the lake, and I'll never forget it. Beauty in the heart of Japan.
Okay, so for our first experience here at a traditional Japanese dinner Ryokan, it's like an endless meal. So far we've had like 6 different courses. We had shrimp sushi. We had tender dish of like a raw sashimi tuna, not sushi where it's rolled, no rice. We had something called a wheat gluten dumpling. Then we had a Japanese bluefish. Now we had Japanese beef where we cooked it in our own little fire tray there. I had spring cabbage, potatoes and stuff. Now we had just had a Japanese sea bass that was roasted. We've got eggplant. This is eggplant mixture of bean green jam. We still have deep fried round green eyes. We have white rice, miso soup, and Japanese pickles. And to top it all off, fruit of the season.
So green apple.
Yeah, we probably couldn't do this every night. I'd be running to the 7-Eleven down the street getting fried chicken. Because as cool as this looks and as nice as it is, it's definitely not westernized, and I think that you got to come prepared and understand that this type of food is you know, this is traditional Japanese food. This is what they ate. This is how they ate. And you got to respect that. If you're going to stay at a Ryokan and you choose dinner, be prepared. We're starting to go cross-eyed because it doesn't stop.
Suicide.
There's more and more food. There's still, this is the 8th tray of food. She told me it's small portion, but there's like 9 small portions. Now we have rice and we still have soup.
Yeah.
Then we really want to be respectful. Okay. This is it. No more. No more. Rice. There's one fish dish after another. And that is the end of our Ryokan food experience.
No more.
Well, this marks an end to our evening, and pretty early. We're still quite beat up from our journey here and jet lag and eating tons of food and walking around all day long. So here we are in traditional futons, sleeping on tatami mats and looking to an early start tomorrow morning. Morning. Woke this morning pretty early, around 5 a.m. once again. We went to sleep earlier last night. Had an amazing night, very relaxing, very calm. And we actually got a chance to, me and Kyoto did the onsen together. It was a little private room and soaked in the volcanic springs. Super relaxing. Felt like it detoxified your body. And we really enjoyed it. This morning, just sitting here listening to the river. It's real close by here, and we're going to have a traditional Western breakfast. I think we enjoy more the Western style breakfast than the traditional Japanese breakfast. Not to say that it's not good, it just definitely takes some getting used to. And we look forward to another day. Today we're going to Takayama, staying in another Ryokan, and we've got a few trains to catch. So this was an enjoyable first day, a great experience to enjoy the real, traditional, old style of Japanese living. Japanese here. We've arrived in Takayama, and it's really picturesque, beautiful little town with these side streets, and we found a phenomenal restaurant, as you can see behind me. How much more traditional does it get than this? You get the view of the beautiful garden, and we're ready here to get soba noodles. Soba noodles are, I don't know how to describe them. I have no idea, but they look really good. I think they're made from buckwheat. That's it, they're made from buckwheat. And then there's going to be, we got the tempura one with the prawns in it, or look like big shrimp. So let's see what the meal leads to, and check out this little wonderful town.
Hi, dozo. Hi, dozo. Hi, dozo.
This looks absolutely incredible. Look at the texture there, look at this. Wow. I'm going to capture this small because number one, sweat, because the soup is so hot. And so you're supposed to consume it very quickly by slurping. It's actually that's how you're supposed to eat it, because if it sits for a long time, it gets very soft since it's made of buckwheat. But this had to be the top of the top, the best Japanese soba noodles soup slash whatever you want to call it. Incredible. If you ever come to Japan, you come to Takayama, you come to this place, you get that soup. And I'm gonna have some with Carrie because you can't finish. So let me help slip some up real quick. Then no matter my chops, you gotta get them horrible. I'm trying. Hello. We're here at a restaurant where we're going to basically grill our own meat. Not just any meat, but Hida beef. There's 5 levels of Hida beef, and we got the premium one. This steak costs about $33 for this particular cut, and it's in the Wagyu, if I pronounce that correctly. Supposed to be the best of the best. Not necessarily Kobe, but it's definitely up there. So the first thing we're going to do is just basically get the meat laid up on here. Once it's all cooked, I'm going to dip it into the salt, or into the soy sauce, and then we have a variety of garlic, ginger, and wasabi. We also got some delicious spinach salad. We got some incredible looking miso soup, supposedly one of the best in town. We have some rice. We have some sake, Takayama sake. Look over here. And we're gonna go nibble down. So check it out. Okay, the verdict's out. We've grilled the steak. There's no more left on the grill. The Hida steak, I tell you. Let's put it this way. What does this steak taste like? It has flavor. It's so soft and so tender that comparing the steak we have in the United States, the best steaks I've ever had in the United States are like eating Little Caesars compared to Johnny's New York pizza. That's how bad we've been eating our steak. If all steak tastes like this, I'd become a major steak eater, which would be a problem. So thank God it's not. This is... excellent. So, the experience at the Koya Hida Beef Grill here in Takayama was beyond our expectations. Not only was the quality of the meat top-notch, but the service, as expected in Japan, goes beyond that of your imagination. They really step up to serve, and they put the rest of the world to shame when they come to serve. And it's not even for tips. They don't accept tips. Tips are considered rude. It's not a custom whatsoever, and they'll look at you cross-eyed if you try to tip them. So what is it about? It's really servitude. And our meal was phenomenal. Cooked it ourselves, as you saw. And to top it off, we had this incredible Hida mousse dessert made from the same cow that produces the incredible meat. We had this delicious mousse that was just like heaven. It wasn't too sweet, wasn't too bland, it was just right, and it was probably one of the top desserts I've ever had in my life. So I don't know how we go back to the United States and try to eat beef again. I don't know how we do it. I kind of knew before I got here that would happen, but I'm like, man, I just can't think of eating that chewy meat ever again. So, see you the next stop.
Yeah.
We're in Takayama. This is on the opposite side of like where all the old village is. This is more of the modern place, but it's very quiet. And it's only 7:43, but all the stores closed. Well, most of them, like about 5 p.m. There's a few open. And it's like a Disney World or something, right? Like it's like a perfect little tiny street in the village. It seems to be like all it's big or small, kind of this discipline to just uniformity. Beautiful. Alright, after walking through the little streets of Takayama, we've discovered a place we wanted to come to. It's called the Center for Hamburgers. Here you can notice the old 70s American music that's like evident everywhere we go in Japan. That's always like old 70s American music. But anyway, besides the point, this is not just any hamburger, because this is the only place in the entire city that sells hamburgers, but it's made from the Hida beef, which is the version of their Kobe, which is the best beef you can get in this region. So I had a little piece, it looks pretty tender. We're gonna bite into this sucker and see what it's about. So why don't you just sit back and watch as I bite into this. And I'll tell you what's happening here. It was worth the walk. Excellent. Sayonara. Welcome to Ryokan Sumayoshi. This is where we're staying, and I wanted to give you a little tour of what Ryokans are all about. What do they all entail? Before I came to Japan, I had no idea what a Ryokan was. And I've learned in the past couple days there's some rather interesting places. Basically just an antique Japanese inn. Our version of bed and breakfast, it's the Japanese version. As you can see here, this is a real samurai outfit. Pretty cool, right? And there's a room here, it's sort of like a shrine, and it's dedicated to, we're gonna come around this side, come forward, let's go, follow me. You can see here where they used to have the tea ceremonies. They don't really practice this anymore, but it's still in many of the old Ryokans. And back here, there's all little different dolls and statues, Buddhas and samurais, and all kinds of amazing stuff. So let's walk down the rest of the hall. I'm going to try to keep quiet because there's other people here too. About every Ryokan has like a little garden, not just Ryokans, even restaurants we've been to, and this little like this beautiful Zen peace place to be in. And you can hear there's a river in the background, so that adds to the whole atmosphere of this place. But it's pretty amazing. Like I said, our room is there, which we're going to go last. But follow me down. You can see these halls are a little kind of tight this way. So basically how Ryokans work, you can have private bathrooms or common bathrooms, which are shared. So we've already kind of brushed our teeth here. Anyone can come use this bathroom. There's no waiting, there's no door, you notice. And then here is the bathroom. And it's private. You lock the door, you use it. There's 3 showers, you and a family can do it. And they also have the baths, what they call the onsens. They're volcanically heated from the earth. They're phenomenal. Real good relaxation. Very popular in Japanese. So that's basically it. As we walk back this way, I'll show you back to our room. to the left and right of us as I'm walking, those are rooms. That's where people are staying. So let's head this way. Come on. By the way, you're always walking. See these slippers? As long as you're on the carpet, you're fine. Once you get to the tatami mats, you move them and you walk with your socks. Now I'm going to take you to my room. This is where we're staying, so this is our little hallway here. Your shoes. Come on. And so here's where we'll traditionally have a meal. Breakfast or dinner if you choose. In breakfast you can have either a Western style breakfast or a Japanese breakfast. A Japanese breakfast usually consists of soup and raw fish. That's just me. We chose Western breakfast because I'm not a big fan of fish in the morning. But we did have an experience, as you saw previously in a different video, if you've seen that one, where we had a traditional Japanese dinner, which is not sushi. Everyone thinks there's sushi all over Japan. It's not sushi. It was raw fish, and there was some broiled fish, and there was some meat and vegetables, and there was a whole array of all kinds of stuff. Now generally this is a really nicely decorated room. As you can see right here, a little garden. And check this out. It's awesome. This place is just, you want to just stay there, relax, and never leave. Like, I could stay here for weeks on end writing books and coming up with amazing ideas. And then finally, our resting place. It's kind of messy. Come in. Well, Kaylee made a mess over here, by the way. This is where we sleep. You see traditional futons, a room here, and the mattresses on the tatami flats. But that's it. So, I hope you enjoyed my little tour of the Sumiyoshi Ryokan. And if you ever come here, just know that the staff's amazing, especially the old little lady. She's incredible. She even helped me. I had a little rash on my skin. She not only gave me the medicine, the cream, she actually rubbed it on for me. And it wasn't just on my leg, I had some on my buttocks. And she rubbed it on me, she rubbed that on by herself as well. So I'm left really impressed with this place and highly recommend it. It's in the perfect area of Takayama. You cross a bridge and you're right where you want to be. So, come to Japan, come to Takayama. Sumiyoshi. Ciao. When we arrived, we were met with a local Japanese film crew from the news who wanted to film our experience and discovered why we were interested in samurais and what we learned. We were truly honored to have this experience. Our first stop in Kyoto was the Samurai Kambo Theater. Samurai Kambo is a traditional art with a Japanese sword, katana, and a Japanese fan. The word kambu literally means sword dance. In feudal times, samurai danced with their swords to give themselves courage or to achieve mental concentrations. Our minds were beginning to open to the importance and meaning of the samurai to the Japanese people, and how many of the values are embedded in modern Japanese culture. What was up next, we had no idea. We were then asked, once our training was completed, to perform the dance. We were quite horrified, but we went through with the experience regardless, and glad we did.
Okay, skateboard twist left, grip the sword, bend the knees, take a step and draw. Skateboard twist back, point forward, thrust, and raise straight. Raise turn to left, take a step and straight. Okay, raise the sword, spinning while the hop. Jump up, hop, step down, raise, turn to left, take a step, cross cut. Okay, grip the skateboard, shake off the blood, sword to the skateboard. Okay, turn to left, pull out your sword, slide, pull your left foot, sit down, take a step, bow. Performance. Performance.
That was the awesome experience. Highly recommend you come to Japan. Last time. We're in Yushimi Inadi Shrine here in Kyoto, and we're walking now through. What are the names of these again? The Torihi Gate. There's supposedly 10,000 of these. They were counted by some students. It was more like 4,000, but if you include even the smaller ones, it's somewhere around 10. But it's a pretty amazing place. We made some wishes, as you saw, lifting up the rock, and if it was light, that meant that our wish would come true. So it's a very special place. We're very excited to be here, along with our wonderful guide, Miko. She's really been very helpful. So let's continue on.
If you've ever compiled a list of places to see before you die, chances are you've seen a photo of Sakano. Its towering green stalks of bamboo sway in the wind, creaking eerily as they collide and twist. The sun filters through the densely packed grove, projecting thin slashes of light onto the wide trail that cuts through the middle of the forest.
We're here in Ryokan, and this is a famous Zen garden. I've seen it in many pictures, and to be here today is it's a very special time. I'm very excited. At the same time, it's a very peaceful, beautiful garden. I wish I could spend more time here, but I just wanted to remember this moment and put it on record. And we'll come back here again one day and spend some more time here to meditate and really be able to capture the moment or be in the moment, like we say.
Placed within Ryokan's famous rock garden are 15 stones of different sizes, carefully composed in 5 groups. It's traditionally said that only through attaining enlightenment one would be able to see the 15th boulder. Kyoto was formerly the imperial capital of Japan for more than 1,000 years. It is also known as a city of 10,000 shrines. Although ravaged by wars, fires, and earthquakes during its 11th centuries as the imperial capital, Kyoto was spared from the destruction of World War II. There are 1,600 Buddhist temples and 400 Shinto shrines, as well as palaces and gardens. It is one of the best preserved cities in Japan. Among the most famous temples in Japan are the Kimoji-dera, a magnificent wooden temple supported by pillars off the slope of a mountain, and Kinkoji, the temple of the Golden Pavilion, which is set in a beautiful Japanese strolling garden. Koya district, originally developed in the Middle Ages, sits directly in front of the Asakusa shrine. The district was built to accommodate the needs of travelers and visitors to the shrine. It eventually evolved to become one of the most exclusive and well-known geisha districts in all of Japan. Koya remains dotted with old-style Japanese houses called maichiya, which roughly translated means townhouse, some of which are tea houses. These are traditional establishments where the patrons of join, from the samurai of old to the modern-day businessmen, have been entertained by Geiko for centuries.
Okay, we're in Kyoto in the Nikishi markets. Tsukiji used to be known for a fish market. There's still some fish here, but there's a variety of Kyoto cuisine. So as we're going to go walk through the market, you'll see many vendors selling all kinds of unique type of foods. It's almost never ending. And of course, because there's a port of tourists here, they have all kinds of souvenirs. Some really cool, unique stuff, which we're gonna check out. So follow me.
This shell is very good for liver.
Freshwater clams? Freshwater clams. How about a spaghetti with vongole? In Italy, we eat spaghetti vongole with clams.
Yeah,
but usually from the ocean. They look very good. They're alive.
Yeah, so this one is especially good for your liver.
Your liver?
Yeah.
I would love to live here. The actual wasabi, what it looks like before you actually eat it. It's like a root, correct? And then they would grate it with the shark skin. This is actual shark skin here. Very, very, very spicy, hot.
Yeah, yeah. So genuine wasabi can be grown only in very clean water, pure water.
I don't like wasabi, too hot. Vegetables, and this is a actual cucumber. So it's a pickle now. We love pickles in America, but this looks like a very authentic pickle. I wouldn't say much like a pickle like we have in the United States, but it's like a pickle. It's not like the pickles we know. Different pickle.
Different pickle. Yeah, the tasty.
Yeah, not vinegary like the.
It's 6. 6. It's 6.
You eat first. Go ahead.
No, I eat first.
Yes. Ariane first. Those are octopus balls. Octopus. Come on, Mariani. Infamous for trying all kinds of things. These are baby sardines. Famous in Kyoto with a special Japanese herb.
It is called chirimen sansho.
Chiriman sansho.
Yeah, sansho is a Japanese herb.
1, 2, 3.
How you like it?
Pretty good. Yeah.
They have
Different flavors. Variety. But not again. That's enough. Yes, it's pizza. Of course, as you know, no trip would be complete for me without a stop for pizza. And Japan was hardly an exception. Not only did I have an incredible pizza, it was almost better than the best pizzas that I've had in Italy. So good that Yuki, who lived in Naples for 6 months, I even bowed to him, and my respect for how good a pizzaiolo he really is. Off to our next stop, which will be Mount Koya-san, but this was well worth the diversion. We're going to go to the most beautiful part of our trip, Mount Koya-san, which is a Buddhist temple. This is where Buddhism started in Japan, Shingo Buddhism. So before it was really inaccessible, many years ago you had to travel up some trails and it took days to get to this place. Now obviously with modern day trains, some tourists, very, very few people have taken this journey. Now so far we've taken 4 or 5 different train changes. Now we're going to get off this and go up a beautiful cable car ride, and then we get into the bus and then a taxi to our final destination at a Buddhist temple. Now we're not Buddhists, but we're still going to go in with all the respect, and there's a lot of rules to follow. So there's one guy on this train with a hat on over there. That's about it. So next stop is Ichijoin, which is Mount Koya Buddhist temple. Ciao. Bye. Thank you.
We arrived here last night, and this is not like a Ryokan. This is a Buddhist temple. It looks like a Ryokan, but lights out by 9 o'clock. We were in bed by 8 o'clock. Woke up this morning about 5:30, and at 6:20 we went into the I guess what you call their temple to observe the Buddhist chanting. So it was all Japanese people, mainly older. There was one other couple that was foreign, I'm not sure, maybe European from what country, but interesting experience. Definitely had no idea what was going on because there was a lot of chanting in Japanese and the directions were in Japanese, but here we are. This is a Japanese vegetarian breakfast. I have no idea what's going on here. There's deep fried tofu, there's more tofu, there's more tofu, there's tofu again, miso soup with tofu, and for some kind of vegetables. Very well prepared, but I'm tofu'd out. Ciao. So we're in the town of Koya-san, which holds many Buddhist temples because the beginnings of Buddhism, Japanese Buddhism, began here, imported from China. But this has to be the sleepiest town I've ever been in. There's just about nothing to do here, but the reason is people come here is to enjoy the monasteries and also view Japan's largest cemetery, where we're heading to next. So let's head down the street over here and see if we can discover this beautiful cemetery that people come from hours and hours away to see. We'll see what's up. Mount Koya was settled in 1819 by the monk Kobidashi and is primarily known as the world headquarters of the Koya-san Shingon sect of Japanese Buddhism. Located 800 meters high in a valley amid the 8 peaks of the mountain, which is the reason why this location was selected, and that the terrain is supposed to resemble a lotus plant. Here in Mount Koya, although there's not much to do, there's a serenity about this place. Miles, hundreds of miles away from Tokyo, we sit here in a beautiful sort of garden with the koi fish, and there's this relaxing atmosphere here. So we had an amazing time on this trip and learned so much about Japanese culture and the people. They're amazing, friendly people, which we'll never forget. So on this trip, we say goodbye and hope to return again to learn more about the Japanese people and their amazing culture.